Hello, and welcome to the Smart Injury Doctors Podcast, the injury market's top program for doctors, lawyers, and insurers who want to gain greater insight on how to improve patient recovery results and deliver better services in the U.S. injury market. Please welcome your host, Dr. Jeffrey Allen Kronk.
Okay, doctors, today what I want to talk about is a subject that I love, which is coaching. I love coaching. I've been coaching doctors for a long time now. What do I coach doctors on? I coach them using a system and a systematic approach, how to increase the personal injury side of their practice with predictive precision. That's what I do. And I've been doing it now for quite a long time. And over the years, I've noticed something that I don't think gets talked about enough. The doctors who grow in this area, they're not the smartest doctors. They're also not always the most experienced doctors. They're not the best adjusters, but they almost always have one thing in common. They don't do it alone. It's interesting when you think about coaching, because coaching's two sides. You have doctors out in the market today, they'll say, oh my gosh, this guy's not in practice anymore. Why would I want to listen to this guy? Because they don't understand coaching. They don't understand coaching at all. And I didn't either. And I'm going to tell you a story about how I learned coaching by coaching Little League players. So I was a very good baseball player. I always batted number 3 in any team that I on. Any doctors out there that know baseball know that the number 3 hitter is your best hitter, best average hitter, best RBI, best person to drive in RBIs, least strikeouts. That's your best hitter. That's the spot in that lineup. Now, there's a lot of things I could talk about what I did. I never had a coach, but I was able to hit, and I did a lot of exercises and a lot of different things. I was hitting things all the time with sticks. Anyway, now my son is in Little League, and now I'm going to coach. And now I'm going to coach kids to hit, and I realized I don't know the first thing about coaching a kid how to hit. I could always just hit. This is like, you can take people who are successful. Like, I see people in this market right now who are successful, but they are being a way that only they could be. It would only be successful for them, right? It's not successful coaching. So what I had to do in Little League is I actually had to go to coaching classes to learn how to coach. And that's what helped me to be a better coach. Today, I train with a lot of, over the years, I've trained with a lot of coaches to be better at coaching chiropractors to do the various things in our program that I want them to do and I want them to be able to do. But the biggest thing is that nobody who's successful really goes it alone. I think one of the biggest myths in business is the idea that successful people figure out everything for themselves, or the successful doctor has figured it out himself. That's almost never true. Everyone that's successful has had a mentor that's really successful will look back and go, I've had a mentor, I've had a coach, or I had a number of them. I had a number of people that made a large impact on my life. When I decided that I was going to be in the top 2% of those that could rehabilitate a spine, I immediately got connected up with Bro Petitbon. And Bro Petitbon taught me how to rehabilitate spines, like really realign them. Now, today, there's CBP out there that does things like what Bro Petitbon was doing. But for me, Bro Petitbon was an extreme mentor. Some things in my professional life took off once I connected to him. Harold McCoy was another one. Most people don't know Harold McCoy. If you're old enough or been around long enough, Spinalogic Diagnostics and Myologic Diagnostics were companies that he built. Those were outcome assessment procedures and intersegmental motion ligament testing for ligament injuries. He's who I learned about ligament injuries. Harold was the first chiropractor to ever be allowed to be on the Olympic team and treat Olympic athletes during the Olympics. He, handled Evander Holyfield when he won his gold medal. He was assigned to the boxing team. right? These people had immense experience, and what they did for me that was so valuable is that they reduced the time that it took for me to learn things. They reduced my learning curves like significantly. So the other thing that training or coaching allows you to do is it allows you to be more accountable, right? Because you're starting, especially if you're training, one of the things in the Smart Injury Doctors coaching and training program, our doctors train every week. They train once a month on better clinical skills. They train once a month on better internal marketing procedures. They train once a month on better external marketing procedures. They train once a month on better follow-up procedures. And then they also, every four months out of the year, when we have 5 weeks, they do deposition training. So they're training. So there's this idea that success is when preparation meets opportunity. I'm going to tell you there's a lie in that. There's a total lie in that. And I didn't understand it. It took me 40 years to understand this lie. And that is, without preparation, you don't ever see the opportunity that you're going to take advantage of. There is so much right now, the spinal injury market's the largest market in all of healthcare. There is not a larger, more lucrative market to be in. Now, a lot of doctors in the market have some serious self-limiting thoughts on it. That's fine. We get rid of those. That's what coaches do. But you don't have a clinic large enough to handle all the business that there is right there that's in front of you. But unless you're prepared, you'd never see the opportunity in the first place. I mean, I have doctors that have come in, they're a cash practice. They're mostly cash practice. They're not sure, oh, I don't know if I want to get in the injury market. Geez, this is competitive. I don't want to deal with, bad attorneys. I don't want to, that are now going, oh my God, this will 5 or 10x, 20x in some cases, my lifetime earnings, because I'm going to take advantage of this market and it gives me something to actually really strive for and do. One of the things that coaches do, that all of my coaches did, is they improve your speed. Improve your speed of being able to see the opportunity. Improve your speed of being able to take advantage of the opportunity. Improve your speed of being able to make decisions. Oh my God, today, so many doctors, they're so slow to make decisions. And if you're going to be successful, you got to be able to make decisions. If you're going to be successful, you have to give and receive communication quickly. And good coaches help you to do that. Good coaches help you to minimize your information overload, right? So a good coach will actually go, okay, whatever you're trying to do, you could learn 5,000 things about what you're trying to do and still not be able to do it. That's information overload. That's, brain bloat. Because a good coach knows he's going to take the 5% that you need to understand and be able to execute on, and that's what they're going to feed you. Right? So good coaches seriously improve your speed. Good coaches seriously improve your confidence. I've watched doctors on our calls that all of a sudden, one thing that I said, or one thing that we were on a call and they finally understood it, and all of a sudden now they're taking massive action. And they're having massive amounts of success because one thing, there was 1 or 2 or 3 mental slivers in their mind that was not allowing them to move. And so that's, the improved confidence that comes with coaching. It's crazy. And it's really cool to see doctors realizing that, okay, I need to train and I need to be around people that are doing the same thing that I'm doing, right? Right now we have over 600 doctors in some form of training with us that are trying to do the same thing. And we're building the largest community out there, the largest network of doctors in the spinal injury space, right? But this idea of coaching, you get this compounding effect, right? With coaching, you get better better activity, better results with activity. And so in other words, you're starting to understand, hey, if I'm going to do something, it should result in something. You're getting better. The doctors in our training programs are getting better communication skills. They're learning to communicate less, not more, and have the less communication be more effective. They're basically understanding how to develop referral sources, how to do better presentations, how to do better clinical procedures. And that's what they're doing, right? And it compounds. So it's no different than if you're training in a gym, right? You don't go with a weak muscle and go once to the gym. You got to go to the gym on a regular basis. And for some of you, for most of you, you need commitment to get to the gym. You need a twin, somebody to work with to get to the gym. Now, as best as we can, and as best as I can, I've created that online. And our doctors come to the gym every single week, as I said. And that's the beautiful thing, because what it allows you to start to do, let's say your clinical muscles can be improved. Good. So now you're working out that muscle every single month. Let's say your internal marketing skills need to be improved. You need to understand how to get your people to refer more people, to provide you with more unattached cases if you're talking about the injury market. Well, good. You're going to train once a month on that. You're going to work that muscle once a month at least, right? Now you're going to do things in between the training sessions that are going to that are going to, achieve results. Once or 12 times a year, once every month, you're going to train your external marketing muscle. Once every month, you're going to train your follow-up muscle. Once every month, 4 times a year, you're going to train your deposition muscle. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. And for doctors that are sitting there going, well, you know what? I can't afford this, or I basically don't have time. That's the one I love. I don't have time. It's crazy. Everyone has the same amount of time. Elon Musk has the same 24 hours that you or I do. And I can definitely say, from my point of view, he has mastered the use of time way above me. If he gave a course on it, I'd be the first one to take it. Okay, so if someone were going to coach me on time management and I could get an Elon Musk time management, yeah, I'm going for it. So, that's the thing that good coaches do, is they help you to actually go, okay, this problem of I don't have enough time and I don't have enough money, let's solve that problem. And you want to be around people that have already solved it for themselves to some degree. The other thing with a coach is you want to be around coaches or people that have coached other people, and other people are telling them how successful they've been since they've been coached. There's people in our market that do, they're personal injury consultants and whatnot, and do personal injury training and whatnot, where, you're going, like, I can think of one program where, doctors get super educated, and that's fine. To me, they get almost clinical bloat, where they're so clinically trained, but they can't go out and do any business with it. I know that sounds bizarre, but there are programs like that, or programs that get you so into the documentation. Oh my God, personal injury documentation is simple. It's the simplest documentation that there is in the market today. Injury documentation or Medicare documentation. Oh my God, give me injury documentation every time. Injury documentation or insurance documentation. Give me injury documentation every time. It's the easiest documentation there is. And it's the most logical once you understand it. So, it's the thing that I think is the easiest way for people to succeed is to find a person, a coach, a trainer to work with, and if it's not this program. So I'll say to doctors, good. You're sitting here. I show you our program. This is how we train. You know, if not this, what? If not me as your trainer, who? Because you need to find somebody. And if not now, when? If not this, what? If not me, who? If not now, when? Now, doctors that actually start to improve their ability to make decisions can just look at something and go, yep, this is it. Oh, this is my guy. And now's the time to start. So, you know, nothing that I do that I can say so far in all of my, you know, trying to help doctors has made a bigger impact on the doctors than the coaching part. Coming week to week to get your messaging clear, to minimize your communication, to clarify your communication so people understand it. Doctors are rampant. I was too, at being way too verbose and using too many terms. Nobody understands what the hell you're saying. So that's why we train. If you're interested in our training, or you're interested in finding out more about us, it's easy. Just go out to our website, smartinjurydoctors.com, or you call us at 727-306-2267. Will you get a hold of me? No, you won't. But you'll get a hold of my assistant, and they can put you into a strategy session with me. That's a free strategy session. It's 30 minutes long, or they can put you on a discovery call with me. That's where I show you or demonstrate our program. All of that stuff is available to you. Just reach out to us. So doctors, what I try to do in today's podcast, what I, really wanted to talk about was coaching on these podcasts. It's short, to the point, give you something to think about, give you something to reinforce, give you something to help grow. And then I'm done. And what I want you to know is I do it to help as many doctors as I possibly can, because I seriously appreciate what you do for a living, and I know what it takes to do what you do. And if there's any way I can contribute to improving your ability to do it, that's my goal. So I look forward to delivering more content to you on the next podcast.
You've been listening to the Smart Injury Doctors Podcast, the #1 audio production show for professionals in the U.S. injury market that want to deliver better injury services to the patients, clients, or insureds they serve. If you like what you heard today, please leave us a review and don't forget to join us on our next program.